The first step of this final journey starts now on Fox.
Looking down at Dodger Stadium for the World Series.
Leading off, center fielder, number 4, George Springer. Batting second.
It's game 1 of the 2017 World Series with the American League champion Houston Astros and the National League champion Los Angeles Dodgers. George Springer will lead it off in center field, and Alex Bregman bats in the number 2 spot. He's at third base. Jose Altuve hits third at second. Carlos Correa is the shortstop. He cleans up. Shot in the 6th, and Alex Bregman the only run for the Astros back in the 4th. Here's one into center. Back to grab it as Springer got a great jump, and Taylor gave it a ride. But George Springer, who's so good in center for the Astros, back to pluck it out of the air.
Yeah, he really is. He's a great asset for the pitchers and controls center field. Good athlete. Seen him make some great catches in the previous series. There's room in center field here and in Houston.
As he did last night. Another 3-2 pitch. Way outside for ball 4, a leadoff walk. To the city of New York to man the replay. That's a base hit. But Reddick had to hold at second. And he only goes second to third on the hit by Springer. And it's good news for the Astros to see Springer jump on that high delivery.
Yeah, I don't know that it would have mattered if Reddick got a better read, but that ball off the bat had such top spin. He had to make sure there's the high breaking ball, and he stays on top, and that's the only way to hit it, is be able to stay back and not try to do too much. So maybe that walk did get Springer reset a little bit, and a much needed hit at the top of the order.
That is fair down the line off the bat of Springer. Left fielder Hernandez slides, lost his footing, and it's a double. There's the go-ahead run at second with 2 out.
Number 2, Alex Bregman.
Third time Springer's been on base tonight.
And a much better sign for him throughout this game, and now a runner in scoring position. This would have been close, but the outfielder gets to the ball and slips and makes it a much easier task. Kiki gets over there as fast as he can.
5-5 into the 11th. And now we'll see how the Astros want to play it. Springer on base 3 times tonight, a double in the 9th. You got a guy who can swipe a bag at first. You got a guy who can handle the bat at the plate. To Springer. That's into right center field. Well hit. Won't be caught. It is gone for a home run. George Springer goes deep, and the Astros are back on top by 2.
What an approach. Not only did he get him over, he got him in. And that at bat right there, and this night for Springer is exactly what Houston needed. The top of the lineup had done nothing. Stayed on that baseball as good as you can do.
He needs to work on the handshake. Said, I don't even know it. They don't care about the handshake. They care about that shot to right center. And now Bregman has to spin out of the way of that pitch as Springer finally gets one to go. He hit 34 during the regular season. He's got 2 this postseason, none bigger than that. A final in 11 innings in a game that lasted over 4 hours. The Astros have their first World Series win in franchise history, a 4-hour, 19-minute game. And this series is tied at a game apiece going back to Houston.
George, first time in postseason history a team has hit 3 home runs in extra innings. Yours was the biggest of all. How would you describe the emotions you experienced playing in this game?
Oh man, up, down, up. You know, that's a heck of a game right there, man. I mean, those guys over there, they fought back in the 10th. They hit some big homers early, and you know, our team was able to stay resilient and come out with this one.
You were 3 for 5, double home run, walk. Before this, you were 3 for 30 in your last 8 games. What changed today?
Just try to slow it down. You know, I've been complicating things at the plate. You know, not just trusting myself and kind of getting out of my zone a little bit. And you know, today just said I'm just going to go back to what got me here, and I'm happy to help the team.
Marwin's home run off Jansen that tied it. What does it mean for you guys going forward, knowing that you've gotten to their bullpen?
It means that our team isn't going to quit, and you know, he's been great all year, and you know, for Marwin to hit that homer right there was absolutely huge for us, and confidence for sure.
George, congratulations. Joe, back to you.
All right, one of the game's really good guys, George Springer.
Leading off in center field, number 4, George Springer.
But in the 8th inning, in game 2, woke up, looked for them to carry that momentum over, and Springer to do the things that he did from the game 2. He was struggling, and he's had good numbers since. He has good numbers against Darvish. He basically gets this offense going, and he could do it with power.
Yep. So it is a different looking Houston lineup when George Springer is doing that kind of stuff in the top spot. Here's a 3-1. Flied into right center field, back at the track. It is caught by Springer to end the inning. And he ran a mile to chase that ball down. After a half inning in game 3, no score. Springer will look for something to smoke here on 3-1. And he does, into right center field. That ball will get to the wall, and Springer starts the night with a double.
People ask me if there's carryover effects from one game to the next. Well, Springer has the carryover effect. The last time he swung on a pitch away, he got a 2-run homer. Look how much more balanced he is. 3-1 count, goes with the pitch and gets rewarded. Makes a great defensive play and comes up and leads off with a double.
Now 7 for 16 with his 2 home runs against Darvish. He loves hitting against you, Darvish. That's in the air to left center. Coming to get it, Springer. He's got it. Misread it a bit and recovered. And made the catch on a diving grab. In and to his right. Nice catch by Springer. 4-1 after 4.5. Can't. Springer took a ball. Now chops one to third. Top play. Turner made that look easy to the wide throw. And Springer is on with 1 out here in the 6th. Little side saddle pick. But then the bad throw.
Well, once he had to get it right there, he has to turn around and set himself and throw the baseball, and it just sails on him. A tall first baseman could not make the stretch and, of course, keep his foot on the bag. Bellinger tried the best he could. Right here, once he caught it right there, the throw sails.
And it's an error. 2nd of the postseason for Turner.
Well, this tells you what Dave Roberts thinks about his chances of coming back and winning this game by putting in Morrow this early in the game, hoping to keep it right there.
The only base runners for Houston, a walk to Correa in the 2nd. Leading off, and Gurriel bounced into a double play. A 1-out walk to Marwin Gonzalez in the 3rd. He was stranded. That's it. 3-1. High fly ball to left. No hitter gone. Shutout gone. 1-0 Houston. Springer goes deep. Wood gives up 1 hit. It was loud and it went far. The shot by Springer. This crowd erupts as the Astros lead in Game 4. Dodgers to the bullpen.
Lift me up out of these blues.
And then George Springer plants one in left. Houston up 2-1, leading Game 4 1-0 into the 7th. And back after this from your local Fox station. One to nothing as George Springer is the first batter ever to break up a World Series no-hitter with a home run in the 6th inning or later.
Welcome back to Minute Maid Park in Houston. Packed house, ready to go for game number 5. This series all tied up at 2 games apiece.
He hit one last night. He hit a big one in Game 2, the game winner in the 11th. He's got 3 this postseason. Here's the 3-1.
Ball's inside.
Inside, a leadoff walk. 2 on, 1 out. That's a base hit. Springer will come to the plate. Altuve over to third. Into second. Correa. It's 4-1. It's another 3-2 delivery to Springer. He walked him. Every hitter that's walked tonight has come around to score. That includes Springer last inning. He led off with a walk. Another 3-2 and a high fly ball. Deep left center field. At the wall. Tie game. Unbelievable. Altuve. 7-7. To center, Springer. That's past him and to the wall. Kike Hernandez will come all the way around. Digging for third is Bellinger. And the Dodgers are back on top. 8-7. They scored a triple. Springer went for the out. And once it got past him, no chance to keep Hernandez from scoring.
Yeah, such a tough call. Great athlete, but this was one he's got to keep in front of him. He makes a great effort, but once he gets by him, an easy run scoring. That ball had such downward tilt to it because he was playing so deep. And once he gets to the wall, that is easy triple.
The defense has been so good for the Astros this entire postseason. Springer's been a big part of that with some catches he made in deep left center field against the Yankees in Game 6 and 7.
But he was playing so deep to respect the obvious power of Bellinger, and he had to come in at such a speed where tracking the ball and then making the decision to dive, just a tough call. And Bellinger, the benefactor of a good swing and a high fastball.
But then with a runner at first, Springer went for the out. The ball got behind him. Hernandez scores. Time to stretch. Game 5, 8-7. Dodgers back on top. Top of the order here for the Astros, now down 1.
High fly ball, goodbye. One pitch to Springer, and we're tied again.
Did that feel to the guy who just made that play in center and let that ball get behind him?
He got it back. He did, didn't he? He got it back, and he knew going up to the plate. I got to believe he said, I am coming out of my shoes first pitch, and he didn't miss it. The train operator here is in overdrive.
Back to the home run by Springer.
Fastball middle, and he didn't miss it. And the reason I keep saying, and maybe it seems like I'm trying to make excuses for guys, I'm not. I realize this role and how difficult it is. You lose an inch or two onto your fastball when you're not as fresh as you want to be. And what makes Morrow and some of these guys so special is that the late life on their fastball, guys don't swing at it like that. Some time to get Cingrani loose. It's obvious that Morrow's fastball is not
How about tonight, the Astros? At one point they trailed 4-0. Got a home run from Gurriel to tie it in the 4th. A home run, a 3-run shot by Altuve to tie it in the 5th. A home run by Springer in the 7th, and then a 2-run shot by Correa. What a night in Game 5. 3-2 from Stripling is lined into right, a base hit. Springer on base for the 4th straight time. On with 1 out here in the 8th. Ethier sends this game into the 10th. And that's just the 3rd runner stranded by the Astros tonight. The batter will be Springer. He's homered tonight. He's hit 3 in this World Series. McCann will be the runner.
No ball go.
That's ball 4. And the second walk of the postseason issued by Jansen. And now Fisher will come out and run for Brian McCann. Carry with him the potential winning run. 2 on, 2 out. 10th inning. That's in the air to left. Here comes Fisher. Throw by Ethier. Astros win it.
We went down 4-0 early. Me, Altuve, Correa, Yuli were standing behind the mound, and we said, hey, our backs are against the wall right here. Why not have fun and play loose? Springer came into the dugout. Hey, Why not play loose? That was the mindset. Springer came up, huge walk, then got us going. As soon as Springer got that first walk, got us going. Then they go up by another run, and Springer hits another homer. You gotta be kidding me.
He's had a good World Series, George Springer. 7 for 22 now after he struck out his first time, but 3 home runs and 4 RBIs out of that top spot in the lineup. Fly ball into right. Back is Puig at the wall. It is gone. Home run number 4. And Springer has made it 1-0 Astros here in the 3rd.
In these conditions, that was a bomb. I mean, it is hard to go to right field the way he did, and he sat back. He knew it as soon as he hit it.
Ties Lenny Dykstra from 1993 for the most home runs from the leadoff spot. But they also strike first with a home run by George Springer into right. Bottom of the 3rd inning rolls in. 1-0 Houston in Game 6. 1-0 Houston on the strength of the home run by George Springer. What a World Series he's had. With Rich Hill coming up, we'll show you the home run he just gave up. StatCast powered by Amazon Web Services. And when that ball left the park, they were going crazy. Down in Houston, those great fans are packed into Minute Maid Park. Look at that.
That's unbelievable. And just as unbelievable as that home run, but not where it went. Equal distribution for Springer. 16 of his homers to left, 11 to center, and 12 to right. That's how you lead off and change the leadoff spot with power.
39 home runs all in for George Springer this season, including the postseason. Here's a
outstanding job.
It'll bring in George Springer, who has hit 4 home runs, in essence the winner in Game 2. And then he's gone deep. With a couple shots to right here in these games at Dodger Stadium after hitting 2 back in Houston. And an intentional walk to Springer. That's how hot he is right now. And the inning belongs to Bregman, who is on the short list right now for potential MVP if the Astros win it. Now Springer. 1 on, 1 out. Springer has had some kind of World Series. He's homered tonight, the only Astro run of the evening, been intentionally walked. Now deals with Maeda. Left side, diving try. Gaddis will hold at second on another hit by Springer. And it's first and second, 1 out, with Bregman coming up.
Great effort, but wasn't able to corral it. Don't know what play he would have been able to make.
So what camp are you in, the Houston Astros or the Los Angeles Dodgers? It's Game 7 tonight, the first Game 7 in the history of Dodger Stadium. For George Springer, he has gone 3 straight with a home run. Games 4, 5, and 6. First to do it from the American League since the great Reggie Jackson, who's been here during this World Series, did it in '77. That is down the line and fair. Extra base hit for Springer to start the night. Into second with a double and a good start for the Astros.
Springer stayed off the first slider, but then the second one stayed in the middle part of the plate. That's the kind of spin that will not be good for Darvish and certainly won't keep him in the game very long. So make adjustments off of that. And certainly in a game like this, you never want the big inning to get away from you.
To the right side, Darvish has to get over. Tough play. Wild throw and into the dugout. Astros take the lead. In to score is Springer, and in a blink, Houston on top 1-0.
Well, two things, Joe. Great piece of hitting.
An error on Bellinger. No RBI, but the Astros couldn't care less. They strike first in Game 7. It's a productive first inning for the Houston Astros on the road in Game 7. The error, a big part of it. After it started with a double by Springer, it led to 2 runs. And after a half at Dodger Stadium in Game 7, 2-0 Houston. They lead it 3-0 here in the second. Runner at third for the red-hot George Springer. 3-2 to Springer. Shot into left center field. Back at the wall. It's gone. Springer stays hot. And it's 5-0 Houston here in the second. He's homered in 4 straight games. And it's a 5-run Astro lead here early in Game 7. And now with 3 runs in, that's going to be it for Darvish. For the second time, he can't go 2 full innings in a start. And with 2 out and nobody on, the Dodgers are going to use Brandon Morrow.
Probably just for 1 out.
We'll talk about that move when we come back. How about the Astros on the road in Game 7? Here in the second, they lead by 5. McCullers with an RBI and a 2-run shot followed by George Springer. And the reaction from the bench here in LA of the Astros, and the reaction back home in Houston at Minute Maid Park. Their Astros lead in Game 7, 5-0 after an inning and a half. Well, a lot of things going on. First of all, George Springer with his 5 home runs this series ties for the most in a single World Series with Reggie Jackson and Chase Utley, 77 and 2009 respectively. For the second time in a World Series, it puts you in a bad spot. That's hit into a good spot for Seager, and he will stop going around first and just able to get back. Thought about being aggressive, but down 5-0, can't run into an out, and did the right thing by going back to the bag.
Springer did a great job getting over to it. Watch where this ball's hit, and then watch where Springer covers a lot of territory, spins, turns, gets it in, and then slipping, just put on the brakes. Seager barely gets back. Right there, turning around, trying to get back. Well, the Dodgers need Turner to get going right here.
Hit by a pitch.
Sleep all day, out all night. I know where you're going. I don't think that's acting right. You don't think it's showing.
Normally for the Budweiser game summary, it's what's going on between the 2 teams. Tonight, it's what's going on this series, and here tonight with George Springer. He's the first player with home runs in 4 straight games in a single World Series. He's got 5 home runs, ties for the most in a single World Series, and the most from the leadoff spot. And his 29 total bases, the most for any player in any postseason series all time, let alone World Series.
That's pretty impressive. And guys who have hit homers in 3 straight World Series road games all time, of course, Springer, Bonds, my teammate, former teammate, Brian Klesko and Hank Bauer.
A great list to be a part of for a guy who went 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts in game 1.
Looked lost, and it took a walk that got him going. He hasn't looked back since.
Locked in. He's doubled. He's homered tonight. So with 2 out, nobody on, back to the top, and here's Springer. All right. If the Houston Astros win this World Series and they're 3 defensive outs away from that, you are looking at the likely MVP of the 2017 World Series.
Traded over here because of Sanchez success.
Here's a ground ball right side, could do it. The Houston Astros are world champions for the first time in franchise history. And Justin Verlander, the biggest piece that was added in season for Houston, and the most likely MVP, George Springer, with a double and a home run in his first 2 at-bats tonight. Homers in 4 straight games, 5 for the World Series. Let's go back down to the field and Kevin Burkhardt.
Okay, Joe, thanks very much. Down here, where it's time now for the Willie Mays Most Valuable Player presentation. Again, the Commissioner, Rob Manfred, to join me. Commissioner, it's all yours.
For the first time tonight, we're going to present the Willie Mays World Series Most Valuable Player Award presented by Chevrolet. It's only fitting that this first award goes to a center fielder, George Springer of the Houston Astros, who hit 5 home runs in this great 7-game series. George, congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
George, let's turn you to the camera here. Wait, hold that up for the fans. There you go.
This is for my teammates. This is for my teammates up there. I wouldn't be here without any of you guys. I love every single one of you, from the coaching staff to the training staff, even Marwin Gonzalez. I love y'all.
George, you've talked about through the postseason with our guys about moments, right? About not necessarily the at-bats, but the moments. And I'm curious what this moment feels like right about now.
This is a dream come true. It's an honor, but you know what? It's about the Houston Astros tonight and our city and our fans. We're coming home a champion, Houston.
How much did this city, did those people, the community inspire you during this postseason run?
It was everything. You know, that patch on our chest truly does mean a lot to us, and I'm so happy for all of our fans who have endured a lot, and we're coming home champions.
So check this out. 5 home runs in a World Series. It's only 2 other players who have ever done that, Chase Utley and Reggie Jackson. What do you think about that company?
I'll take it.
How about the game tonight? Early start, obviously you got it going right away. Just tell me about this team's mindset coming in against Darvish and trying to get an early lead.
Attack him early, get something to hit, and don't miss. You know, I mean, he's good, and if he's on, he's trouble. But, you know, our guys were able to get to him today.
So, George, before we let you go, we have another special presentation. Brian Sweeney is here, U.S. Vice President of Chevrolet, and maybe one more thing for you, Brian.
George, congratulations to you and the entire team on just an awesome series. So on behalf of Chevrolet, our 2,900 dealers across the United States, we're pleased to present you with a Chevy Silverado Centennial Special Edition. Great job, man. Here's the keys to your new Silverado.
Thank you very much.
So now, before we let you go and you enjoy that beautiful truck right there, how are you going to celebrate this, George?
For a long time. For a long time with all my teammates and the city, the fans. This will be a good time for us.
George Springer, the most valuable player of the World Series. Congratulations, George. There you go.
Congratulations to the Houston Astros and to George Springer, this year's World Series MVP.
This feels like a victory. competition, look straight to me. Yeah, it's his story, it's history. Homie, this is my story.